Today on the Philly Talk podcast, you don't just get one video, you get two. As soon as I released the cut/trade possibility of Jalen Reagor and Andre Diller, the news about Greg Ward came out. And yes, we released him due to an injury-related release. We're going to talk about that, Jaquiski Tartt's comments, and last but not least, two players the Eagles could be interested. One I say yes, one I say nope.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a lot to get into for the second video. But before we do that, continue to show the love. Hit that like button. It's free. Y'all been killing it. Subscribe. Ding the bell so you know when these videos drop. Also, there's some links in the description. Philly Sport Trips. Check it out. We're going to Washington. And also, there's a live chat for iPhone users only. Android is coming. Click the link in the description. Sign up. All that good stuff. And if you want to show some extra love, throw me a super thank you. It's in the same toolbar as the like. Let's get into it. So, as I said, Greg Ward Jr. is released. Eagles Everything on IG said the Eagles are releasing wide receiver Greg Ward Jr. with an injury settlement. So, shout out to him. He won't be available to play for 5 or 6 weeks. And this is what I said. Good luck, Greg Ward. You were always there when we needed you. Hopefully you get signed by another team when you are ready to play. Man, again, it's good to have the wide receivers that we have, that we don't need Greg Ward, but he got a special place in my heart because little, not the fastest, not the strongest, but came through in clutch situations time and time again. Shout out to Greg Ward Jr. 100%. Let's talk about what Jaquiski Tartt said. Now, if you didn't catch my last video, well, when this is over, go check it out. I talked about the cut Strong, Huntley, Jaquiski Tartt, Josh Blackwell, Darnell Wren, all the guys. Now, I did say in that video, us cutting Jaquiski Tartt doesn't mean he's done. What if it's like the Jordan Howard situation where we know he's secured? Listen, he was a late pickup. He had personal stuff and a bunch of things going on. He didn't play much. We saw how we treated him in the preseason. So that's why it was like surprising because the depth we have at safety, but not because of the way he played in preseason. But that's how we treated Jordan Howard before we put him on the practice squad, and then he got back to the roster in the middle or in the beginning or the middle of the season. So, Philly and Vegas Sports said goodbye, Jaquiski Tartt. Wish you stayed in Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly. And Jaquiski Tartt quote tweets it and says, Yo, está bien. Now, for those who don't know Spanish, that means me too. He wanted to stay in Philly, and he also has fingers crossed. If he got cut, waived, released, whatever you want to call it, and the Eagles told him, you're not coming back, why would he put fingers crossed as I might still be an Eagle come the season? So Philly Mike thought that he could possibly be on the practice squad, get some change in his pocket, stay in Philly, and get ready to get called up if we need a safety. More like when we need a safety. Now, there is a safety who was released by Baltimore. We're going to talk about it. And there's a running back. So we released Jaquiski Tartt and Jason Huntley. I think we need 4 running backs. I think we need another safety. So let's see what we got here, right? He also goes to say, what else does he say? Everything comes in circle. It would all work out. Now, you could take that for him going back to the Niners, or it's going to come back in circle, mean I'm staying in Philly. I was in Philly, got released, and now I'm back in Philly. So I think, as I said in my last video, in more depth, that could be a possibility. Now, let's go to the running back position real quick, because the Dolphins have released former Patriot/Ram running back Sony Michel, among others. To me, it wasn't that Sony Michel is just buns. It was that the Dolphins running back room is deep. It's deep. When you look at what Sony Michel was able to do over his career, yes, he's somewhat of a letdown because he was drafted over Nick Chubb. Bill Belichick got that wrong. But look what he did. In 2018, 209 carries for almost 1,000 yards, 931, 4.5 yards per carry. Then he gets 247, 912. Under 4, not too good, but he got 6 and 7 touchdowns, so he can score when he's in the red zone. Goal line work. 2020, he only had 79 attempts, 449 yards. That's 5.7. He was their change-up back. Not saying he was this speed guy or the bruiser guy, but he just changed it up, and he was able to do that at a high rate. 5.7. It's almost 6. And then with the Rams, he got a decent workload. He was the number 2 to Cam Akers. But what happened to Cam Akers? He got injured. And because Cam Akers got injured, Sony Michel carried the load at the running back position for the bulk of the season. 208 attempts, 845 yards, 4 touchdowns, 21 catches, had his most catches out the backfield. Here's my thing. Miles Sanders got to prove he can stay healthy. Kenny G is stepping on his heels, no doubt about it. We know what we got from Boston Scott. But I would like to have another back in there in case of injury and to help the load. Sony Michel is a back. Latavius Murray is one that's out here too. Latavius Murray is the guy that I got in the back of my head. But a Latavius Murray or a Sony Michel could fit, not as the lead back. Let it still be Miles. Heck, let Kenny G still be there. But if needed or in certain situations, I think Sony Michel can get the job done. You see his body of work. We're not asking him to come here and be the number 1. I think Sony Michel fits the mold. You got rid of Huntley, get Sony Michel. If you got a better bruiser, if you're going to bring Jordan Howard back, if you're still looking, this is a guy that I'm interested in Sony Michel as the second or third guy on this roster. Here is the other guy who was released, and I'm not sure I want him. Jacob Media said Ravens are releasing safety Toney Jefferson per Adam Schefter. Howie, go get him. I don't know about this. Toney Jefferson release. I would love to sign Chuck Clark. Toney Jefferson, I'm not so sure because, honestly, I think Jaquiski Tartt is better. Been around longer, more sturdy, even though he had his injuries. This guy hasn't played a full season since 2017 or 18. 17 or 18 was the last time he played a full season. And if you look in the comment section, another L take, I expect nothing less. 30 years old that has not played since having 4 knee surgeries, no thanks. Injury prone. Then you got a couple people saying, let's go Howie. We need to make it happen. We don't got no other safety. We let Jaquiski Tartt go, so let's sign him. My take on him is when you look at his stats, go pull him up. 10 tackles, 17 tackles, 8 tackles, because he hasn't played a full season. So my thing is this. I'd rather bring back Jaquiski Tartt than Toney Jefferson. Do I think we need a body in here that's been around? Yes. But if you're asking me Toney Jefferson, I'm taking Jaquiski Tartt. This is a guy that if the Eagles brought in, I won't be mad because he's going to get paid little money. But I'm not. I'd rather have Jaquiski Tartt. That's the bottom line on that subject. So with that being said, it's just crazy. Now, I do want to show you this real quick because it is crazy. Let me know. I tweeted this. So real quick, hold up, pause it, bring it back. Michael Irvin was on the Dan Sileo show about 3 weeks ago saying good things about the Eagles, talking, dynasty, could be, blah, 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 blah. But he kind of got to. He goes on a Philly show. He got to show at least some love. Now he's on First Take, and the topic is don't sleep, Super Bowl sleeper. And listen what this guy says. Listen.
I'm going to tell you, my sleeper team, I'm talking about all the way to Super Bowl, are the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Oh, Philadelphia Eagles.
Whoa.
It's just,
this is like sacrilege.
I know it, man. And I've been talking about this all season, and on show.
That's it. We're not going to hear much more. Do you believe he believes it? Or is he trying to put the psychological jinx on us? Let me know in the comment section again. Would you take Sony Michel as a running back on this roster? Would you take Toney Jefferson? Who would you pick? Jaquiski Tartt or Toney Jefferson? Leave in the comment section, Jaquiski Tartt or Toney Jefferson. Who would you take? And would you take Sony Michel? And let's just say our goodbyes. Listen, everybody who rocks with this channel, hashtag bye. No, that sounds too mean. Hashtag good luck Greg Ward. Hashtag good luck Greg Ward. We're releasing him, but I got mad love for that guy. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell, click the links in the description, show love with a super thanks if you want, and we are out.